Level 1. Completely broke. Your alarm goes off. You don't want to get up. Not because you're tired, because getting up means dealing with reality. You check your phone. 3 missed calls. 2 messages. 1 notification from your bank. Your balance is almost zero. You stare at the screen for a few seconds. Then you put the phone down. You already know what the message says. There isn't enough money. Your rent is due in a few days. Your electricity bill is waiting. You make a calculation that millions of people make every day. What can wait? At this level of wealth, money is something you constantly defend. Every dollar already has a job before you receive it. Level 2. Stable life. Eventually, things improve. You have a job. Your bills are mostly paid, but you're still living close to the edge. You have maybe a few $100s saved, and that money feels enormous. Not because it makes you rich, because it gives you options. You're not buying luxury, you're buying breathing room. A slightly better apartment. A meal at a restaurant without checking your bank balance afterward. At this level, every unexpected expense still hurts, but you're no longer drowning. You're standing. You begin thinking beyond tomorrow. Maybe you can save. Maybe you can invest. For the first time, you can imagine a future. Level 3. Bigger check. You have a stable income. You have savings. You have a decent home. Your car works. Your refrigerator is full. If something breaks, you can pay to fix it. You start buying time. You order food when you're exhausted. You pay someone to clean your house. You take an Uber instead of waiting for public transportation. You buy the better version of something because it lasts longer. You don't necessarily feel rich, but you're comfortable. You stop worrying about every bill. You stop checking your account every morning. You sleep better. You have more mental energy. You can learn, build, spend time with family. This is one of the first levels where money starts giving you something more valuable than objects. Level 4, the first million. Now you have $1 million. People hear the word millionaire and imagine you've made it. But you're not living like a billionaire. You might still drive a normal car. You might live in a nice house without anything ridiculous about it. If your job disappears tomorrow, your life doesn't immediately collapse. You can say no, and saying no is one of the first real powers wealth gives you. You can leave a terrible job. You can walk away from a bad business deal. You can refuse to tolerate someone simply because you need their paycheck. You can take 6 months to figure things out. You can make decisions based on what you want instead of what you're desperate to avoid. But there's another strange thing. Once you become a millionaire, you might discover that the people around you don't necessarily know. You don't look dramatically different. You still have the same face, the same friends, the same family, the same childhood memories. Your bank account changed. Your identity didn't. Level 5. $10 million. Now things start getting interesting. $10 million changes the mathematics of your life. Your house is probably excellent. You can travel whenever you want. You can afford high-quality health care. You can hire people to handle chores. You can send your children to excellent schools. You can buy things without asking whether you can afford them. You can remove inconvenience. Your assistant handles appointments. Someone cleans your home. Someone manages your investments. Someone handles administrative tasks. You don't wait in lines. You don't spend hours researching every purchase. You pay for convenience. A normal person might spend an hour dealing with a problem. You spend 5 minutes making a phone call. The rest of your time belongs to you. But wealth introduces a new problem. How do you spend your time when you no longer have to work? At first, it feels like paradise. You travel, sleep late, eat at expensive restaurants, buy things. But eventually, the novelty disappears. You discover that unlimited free time isn't automatically meaningful time. Level 6, $50 million. At $50 million, you're no longer simply financially comfortable. You are living in a different economic universe. Your home may have multiple properties. You might own businesses. You have lawyers, accountants, financial advisors, investment managers, people whose entire careers involve managing your money. You don't think about the price of dinner. You think about whether the restaurant is worth your time. At lower levels of wealth, people ask, how much does it cost? At this level, you increasingly ask, what does it cost me? And the cost isn't always money. It might be time, privacy, attention, stress, reputation. You can buy almost anything legally available. But you can't buy everything. You can't guarantee that someone loves you. You can't guarantee your children will become good people. You can't guarantee that your business won't fail. When you're poor, losing $500 can destroy your month. When you're worth $50 million, losing $500 doesn't matter. But losing $5 million in an investment, that gets your attention. Your problems become bigger because the numbers become bigger. Level 7, $100 million. At $100 million, money stops being something you personally manage. It becomes an organization. You have a team. Your calendar is carefully controlled. Your investments are diversified across companies, real estate, markets, and other assets. You may have people whose job is simply to protect your privacy. Your home doesn't just have a living room. It has rooms you barely use. You may own several homes in different countries. One for business, one for vacations, one simply because you like the location. Flying first class is normal, and private aviation may become practical. And something strange happens. Luxury becomes ordinary. The first time you stay in a spectacular hotel, you're amazed. The 100th time, it's a hotel. The first private flight feels unbelievable. Eventually, it's transportation. This is one of the great psychological traps of wealth. Humans adapt. The extraordinary becomes normal. And once everything around you is comfortable, comfort stops feeling like happiness. You need something deeper.